Welcome everybody to the Baby Back Rib Show. Welcome back to those who have already been watching. This is our 5th episode,
Number 5.
number 5, and
Yeah.
once again, it's just me and the boy Cole. We weren't joking in the last episode. You guys might have thought we were joking about getting rid of Jeremiah. We were definitely not joking. That guy's going.
Yeah, no,
R.I.P.
these budget cuts are serious over here.
That ass serious. In other news, it is this man's birthday. 21 years ago, this man came out of his mom's vagina. He is now the big 2-1. He can finally drink. I know he's never done it before. So congratulations, man. How does it feel?
We're double mics. It feels good.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
Feels great. NFL Week 12 just passed.
Thanksgiving week here.
And big Thanksgiving week.
Yeah.
One thing I was not thankful for was these fucking games on Thursday. My goodness, how boring they were. Let's just jump right in. Let's be quick about it because this Packers game, the Green Bay Packers beat the Lions 29-22. This game was not this close, let me tell you. It was really bad. And I think there was one part I tuned into this game where I saw Jared Goff fumble, I think like 2 drives in a row.
Yeah, I think we were both in the first quarter, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. One was guy came up behind him and kind of hacked at his arm. The other one, he was sliding and somehow the ball got ripped out. But yeah, man, tough scene for the Lions, losing to the Packers, divisional opponent that you should easily be able to beat, and they don't get it done.
Yeah, man, the Lions losing on Thanksgiving. It's a tradition like no other.
And the Waxus Gibbous,
Yeah,
or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the waxing gibbous curse.
Strikes again.
Yep.
Wow. R.I.P., man.
Yeah, those moon phases really fucking over the Lions, just like we all thought.
Let's jump into and I don't know if I already said this the beginning, but this will be a quicker episode than usual. Probably more like an hour because it is this guy's birthday. We're gonna go out and celebrate tonight. And I still need a shower because I just freaking got off of work. So
Yeah, gonna be a quickie for real.
it's gonna be a little quickie.
So
Not
as much as a deep dive as it would be in regular weeks, but it is a special occasion.
for sure. For
so,
sure. Give this guy a break, man. It's his freaking birthday. Okay, chill.
Yeah, get one of these every year.
Yeah, so we're not going to go as deep as normal, but we won't go as deep and as long as normal, I should say.
Pause.
But we will still be taking a dive into these games. Let's move on to the Cowboys beating the Commanders 45-10 off of Dak Prescott's 4 touchdown passes. Is Dak back?
Dude, I'm going to be real with you.
Or did he ever leave?
This game, it's got me thinking, dude, Dak's looking like an MVP.
Really?
Yeah.
What's his stats on the year? I don't know.
I mean, he's been really good this year when the offense has kind of been
23 tutties and 6 picks?
Yeah, because it seems like this year Mike McCarthy's kind of stepped down from like offensive play calling and being too conservative, and they're just really letting Dak air the ball out. And you can see the benefits of that. He's having a fantastic year, and that's why I'm saying this guy could be an MVP this year. And
that man slang that thing.
He really was slanging out there on Thanksgiving, and
this game was close if I remember right in the first half.
Yeah,
closer.
The first half, it was somewhat close. It was competitive, but obviously you see them fourth quarter, 25 points from the Cowboys. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But Cowboys. Sorry, y'all. Had to finish my fruit snack. But the Cowboys defense showed out in the second half for sure. Is Ron Rivera almost gone? I mean, when the fuck are we gonna?
I sure hope so. I think they fired their defensive coordinator Jack Del Rio.
They definitely did. I don't even know that guy was still a coach, but
yeah. I don't really know if that's gonna fix anything. Like I think I said last week, or it might have been the week before. Just fire Ron Rivera and just promote Eric Bieniemy. See what he can do in these last.
See what he can do
in these last 6 games.
You might have a really damn good head coach there that you don't even know.
This offense, it's not great, but the offensive line is just brutal.
Yeah.
So
It's like a revolving door out there, bro.
it really is, and there just really has been like there's just not been a good year overall for the Commanders.
Um, all right, this next game, this one pains me to say, man. I was so excited because Zach Charbonnet. It was prime time, and I was just excited to see him ball out there. I didn't think it would be. I mean, I guess this is kind of what we thought it would be. The 49ers defense just being really, really good. But that man had nowhere to run. And I know you want to say that he didn't do good this game. I think he did good with what he had. I'm always going to defend my boy. But Geno Smith really
Yeah,
did not look good. I'm just going to be real. And I'm a big Geno Smith supporter. I don't want him to ever have to write back, but he might have to write back here pretty soon
yeah,
with this performance.
yeah. No, Gino has not impressed me like he did last year, and I don't know. This Seahawks team really hasn't impressed me like I thought they would. I thought they'd be like a surefire playoff team, but I mean, you look at their record. We talked about it last week. You look at their next few games coming up here. This team might fall out, and they might fuck around to be 6-8, and then that means they're gonna have to win. Out of the last 3 games, two, maybe all three of those games. So, they really are not in a great situation for this season.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. It doesn't look good for them. I just I think that this is more of just a really tough schedule than it is. I think they're a talented team. I really do,
Yeah, no,
and
I
they have a
like I
lot
like
of
a lot of
solid ball players
yeah, I like a lot of the players they have. Like their receiving core, love their receiving core. Their running back room, I think, is really good. A lot of the defensive players they have, like Devin Witherspoon as a rookie, has really stepped up and kind of been the best player in that secondary this year. And obviously you have Jamal Adams still there, Quandre Diggs, but I don't know. It just seems like they're not able to win these games, and I think that might be just because a lackluster offense.
for sure. For sure, Geno Smith's got to get it done, and it's gonna be a couple make or break games upcoming. And they have. You have to feel like they have to win that second game against San Fran.
Yeah, these next 3 games, I mean, they got to
Must
win out.
wins.
They might got to win at least one.
But yeah, I was really hoping I'd see my boy Zach in the end zone on prime time, on Thanksgiving, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah, but you didn't.
But I
So
didn't. Did
yeah.
you see that clip of Christian McCaffrey literally looking like Frankenstein?
No, I don't. I don't remember this.
What?
No.
I'm not gonna pull up the video, but I'll pull up the picture. It just looks funny. How did you not see this, brother?
I don't know. I guess I must have missed it.
I think something happened to his helmet where it was too tight and they couldn't get it off, or it was uncomfortable. And there's just he was on the sideline and there was just this video, or it panned over to him. I don't think this is right. Yeah, here it is. And there was just these two guys with two screwdrivers on
Yeah, no,
either side of his head. It
I did
just
not
looked
see
really
this.
funny. When you're in watching the middle of the game. Um,
They gotta repair their cyborg,
I
bro.
don't. Yeah, I don't know what happened, bro. I really don't. It looks like they're trying to loosen up something to take off his helmet.
Yeah, I think they're loosening up maybe like the face mask or something. I can't really tell.
Yeah, probably. Because I know they gave him another helmet after that. So I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right. This next game, our very first inaugural Black Friday game.
Yeah. Gotta be honest with you. Did not catch a single second of this game.
I did watch a little bit of this game, just because there was nothing else on.
That's fair.
And I don't really get the Tim Boyle stuff. If you look at this guy, he's had more interceptions than touchdowns in college, and in the pros, what does he have more than? He has more interceptions than touchdowns
Yeah, no, this is another
in
case.
this game. What
Yeah.
is it?
This is another case of the Jets having one of Aaron Rodgers' buddies on the team, and
I just don't get it, man. And then you have Trevor Simeon as his backup, Trevor Seaman, and
yeah,
he's just wasting away. I mean, that guy has. I don't know if you know this, but Trevor Simeon has more touchdowns than interceptions, for his career. I know that's not really saying much because a lot of quarterbacks do, but when you're a quarterback on the New York Jets, that means a lot. So, Um, I mean, come on, what's going on here, New York? Did you? I actually didn't see this play because I didn't turn on the game till after halftime. But did you hear about the? So at the end of the first half, the Jets get the ball back with a couple seconds left, and just for the fuck of it, they throw a Hail Mary, right? Okay,
Oh, and
whatever.
it ended as a pick six.
That was a
Yeah, no,
99-yard pick six.
I did see that clip there.
Oh my goodness, that's like the
Um,
most Jets play that could ever happen.
yeah, no, the Jets are good at Jets.
R.I.P. bro.
And this offense, I mean, I feel like we're saying it week after week, is just terrible.
Abysmal.
And this offense, they brought all these guys in. This offense is supposed to be operated by Aaron Rodgers, and when you don't have Aaron Rodgers, it's bad with this
Yeah,
offensive line and just the
yeah,
lack of good quarterback play. It's awful.
yeah. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle do both eclipse over 100 yards in a game that Tua didn't really play that well in, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the headline for that game, honestly, overall, was just the Dolphins losing Jalen Phillips for the rest of the year. Probably their
Yeah, that
best,
was a weird play too.
their best edge rusher.
Best
Um,
edger on the
yeah,
team, edger of the
um,
year.
yeah. So that's a tough loss for them. He had a really good game in what he played. He had 3 tackles for a loss, a sack.
Sure.
Um, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what the Dolphins do from there.
Seems like there's like a lot, especially at MetLife. I've been seeing more and more players have been having non-contact injuries at that stadium, um, and it's just really weird to see. Like I don't know if you saw the play that he
No,
hurt himself
I
on.
didn't, unfortunately.
He was literally just standing there, ready in his stance, ready to rush, and then all of a sudden he takes his first step and just collapses, and you could see his Achilles pop. It's actually disgusting.
Yeah,
Um,
that sounds gross.
but it's just interesting to me because you see more and more of these injuries happening on turf, and I think something's got to be said about why the fuck are we not playing on grass? Like why are these guys not playing on grass? Like when you look at it, like I've heard Jason and Travis Kelsey talk about this on their podcast. Um, but the what turf is just like a bunch of little rubber pellets in the ground. And when you have a lot of it in the playing field, it's basically like you're just stepping on like marbles. You know what I mean? Like you're like
Yeah,
floating almost like you're wearing heels. That's horrible for your freaking joints, dude. So it's and I don't know if MetLife just has horrible turf compared to the other stadiums, but I saw the list of all the players that have done it at the stadium recently, and it's pretty eye opening.
yeah. Yeah, you've seen a lot more players advocate to not use turf anymore.
I think they're so right though. Why are we still using turf? I mean, come on, NFL. You know you have money for that shit.
Yeah, they do. I
Are there
guess
any stadiums in the NFL that are actual grass, or are they all turf?
those are good amount. That's grass. Like the Cardinal Stadium is grass.
Is it really? Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's interesting because the Super Bowl was just there and they were slipping everywhere. But I don't know.
that's. I don't even know what that was. I guess that was just like the sod father proving that he's a fraud or something. I don't know what went on in the Super Bowl there, but I
Yeah.
digress.
Yeah. Well, grass needs to go everywhere, brother.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Um.
Now we're on to Sunday.
All right, now we're on to an actual Sunday game. We have the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New Orleans Saints, beating them 24-15. Me and you predicted this right. We said even though we want Arthur Smith's head, we still
False.
predicted them to. Oh man!
Yikes.
Even though we just did not like Arthur Smith, let's put it this way. Fresh cut, by the way. I didn't say this either, but new. It's 21 and a new cut, looking fresh, bro.
It's almost like I planned it out. It's
Yeah, bro.
crazy.
Fuck yeah, dude. Um, but anyways, Falcons beat the Saints 24-15. Not much to be said about this game except the Bijan Robinson blow up finally happens. Um, that
Yeah.
guy he's such a great player, and I don't know why this didn't happen sooner, but good for Bijan.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you should do.
You would think, right?
Yeah, I mean, you give the ball to your best players and just let them work, and you win games. Simple,
Wow.
really. You know,
Who would have thought? Not
yeah.
me.
Apparently, there's some NFL head coaches out there that it takes them 12 weeks into the season to figure that out. I guess better late than never.
Your ass is still grass, buddy.
Yeah.
Don't get it tripped up.
I mean, to be honest though, Falcons might win this brutal NFC South, which probably shouldn't even have a playoff team, and that'll probably keep them in for next year, if we're being honest. But
First round bounce.
oh, absolutely. But yeah,
Same with these AFC North other teams,
yep.
other than the Ravens. All right, so the Steelers beat the Bengals 16-10 in the battle of mediocrity. The Steelers should not have a 7-4 record, brother.
Yeah. It seems like, most Steelers games, they score a touchdown on the opening drive, do nothing until the fourth quarter, and they score again, and you look up and they win. And I guess that's just their recipe for success here.
I guess so.
Um,
Have the Steelers offense ever scored above 20 points? Like, I'm genuinely curious.
this season, let me take a look here.
And if so, how many games?
Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times, actually. Pretty, a lot more than I thought it would be.
All right, what about above 30? Have they ever scored above 30 points?
They have not.
That's so sad.
Not a single 30-point game this
Fuck
season.
you, Pittsburgh. You guys didn't even do anything wrong. Fuck you.
I mean, if anything, they did something right. They got over 400 yards of total offense for the first time in God knows how long.
Like 10 years.
Yeah.
Congrats, bros. You did
Yeah.
it against the Bengals.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if we're being honest here, the Bengals, if they had Joe Burrow, they definitely do win this game. But I mean, you're not going to win a lot of games with Jake Browning.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement. Pat Freiermuth finally has a breakout game.
Yeah, shout out Muth.
Kenny Pickett with another dude, I don't know, man.
I'd say this is an alright game for Kenny here.
It was all right. Just you should see nothing in the way of touchdowns. Like how many? This guy's thrown 6. This dude has thrown 6 touchdowns on the entire season.
Yeah.
6. That's fucking insane. Like he started every game, right? I don't think he's been injured.
Yes.
He got injured for a little bit, and Mitch came in, but then he was back the next week. 6 touchdowns on the whole year. I'm not even trying to hate on the guy, but how does that happen? Like, how many games have they played? They're 7-4. That's 11 games. That means he's averaging half a touchdown a game.
I mean, it hasn't been a good offense.
So he's on that. That means he's on pace, brother, to
Get about 10 touchdowns?
10 touchdowns this season. That's as a full-time starter.
Hey,
I don't think
man.
that's ever happened.
Hey, man, that's double digits, baby.
He might not even make double digits at this point. I actually kind of like Kenny Pickett as like a person.
Sure, he's a
But
great guy. It's not the greatest quarterback.
seems like a good football guy.
yeah.
Just a good guy you'd want to have a beer with, maybe kick back.
Yeah, dudes being dudes, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
But yeah, like I said, Jake Browning started for the Bengals. They're not going to win very many games for the rest of the season. This is a
They could have
game.
signed Joe Flacco, but snooze you lose.
He's a brownie.
Yeah, RIP. As long as he doesn't go to the Steelers, I'm good.
Yeah.
All right, the next game, man, we can talk about this for a maximum of 10 seconds. The
Yeah.
Titans beat the Panthers 17-10. Congratulations. You still played kind of like shit. And you beat the worst team in the NFL. So,
Yep. Gonna keep it real with you here. Didn't watch this game either.
honestly, other than Will Levis, I still have beef with the Titans for beating us in that fucking divisional round playoff matchup. And dancing on our logo. Fuck you.
Are you talking about the game where Derrick Henry had more passing touchdowns than Lamar Jackson? That one?
All right. So, moving on.
Well, I mean, I'd also say the biggest story from this game is that the Panthers did clear house. They fired Frank Reich.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. The
Yeah.
Third Reich is over.
I mean,
Hallelujah. Everyone.
well, this is a second coaching stint, so technically it's the second Reich.
I thought this was third.
Um,
He was on the Panthers, the Colts, and I thought he was on a team before that, no?
he was like an offensive coordinator for the Eagles.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
All right. Well, who's going to be the Third Reich?
Hopefully nobody. Hopefully we don't. We don't.
Isn't he like the first head coach to be fired in back-to-back seasons? I'm pretty sure he is.
Probably.
I saw that stat. He is.
But yeah, really bad play calling all year for the Panthers. I don't know if that's gonna fix anything. I don't know what will. I mean, you gave away all your draft capital last year for Bryce Young. It seems like nobody in that building wanted Bryce Young, because you saw the owner come out and say we were going to trade down the number 1 pick and get CJ Stroud instead. But, I mean,
What?
just.
Wait, I thought Frank Reich was the one who wanted CJ Stroud.
Um,
If I remember right, Frank Reich wanted CJ Stroud, and the Panthers GM wanted Bryce Young.
Well, the Frank Reich thing, that was speculation because he had this thing where he likes tall quarterbacks, and we all know
Uh
we all know Bryce Young isn't a very tall quarterback, and everybody was thinking, oh, they're gonna take Stroud, and they're gonna take Stroud, but they went with Bryce Young, who at the time was kind of seen as the number 1 pick, but clearly he hasn't played like that yet.
I just don't know if it's
And
his fault. We talked about this last week about Bryce Young and what it is with him, and honestly, if you want my opinion, I think it's more of the guy doesn't have an offensive line.
yeah, I mean,
Simple as that,
yeah, this is one where I'm gonna blame it on the coaching.
or that too.
Just because he's a rookie, you gotta give these guys time. They're not gonna come into the NFL and be superstars immediately. Not everybody's gonna be CJ Stroud, so
Sure.
you really gotta find patience with a lot of rookies here in the NFL. But we spent too much time on that game, anyways. Let's move on.
Well, it's good to talk about that's a big firing for sure.
Yeah.
We've already had 2 head coaches fired,
Yes, because I
if I'm
saw
not
Josh
mistaken.
McDaniels.
And Frank Reich. That's it.
Yes.
So who's the Panthers interim head coach? I didn't even.
Ooh, I don't remember who they. I don't remember who they promoted.
While you look that up, the Colts beat the Buccaneers 27-20. This is a game I was wrong in. I thought, if anything, the Buccaneers offense would be better in this game. But the Colts defense looks pretty good. And they are now 6-5, and I think they have the 7th seed in the AFC. That's insane.
Yeah.
Are the Browns still in the playoff picture? Or did they get booted out after they lost?
I think they might have gotten booted because they lost, but
Because the Browns are. Wait.
the Panthers promoted their special teams coach, Chris Tabor, to be their interim head coach. So,
Okay. Hey, man. We'll see what you can do.
yeah.
Maybe next week the Panthers will go for 40.
Yeah,
Never
maybe, maybe they'll have that whole interim head coach thing, and they'll fuck around and win. We'll see.
Anyways, in this game, the Colts beat the Buccaneers 27-20. I think it's absolutely crazy that the Colts are in the playoff picture right now. Where did that come from? And then you also have the Broncos who are right there. I don't think they're in yet, but I think they're right there.
I think they'll be in.
You think they'll make the playoffs this year?
Let's fucking ride. You're damn right they will be.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, the Colts have had a surprisingly good year.
Like under the radar. No one's talked about it. But
Yeah,
they have.
no. They've had a solid season so far. I think anything they do is kind of just like extra, because I mean, you lost your starting quarterback Anthony Richardson earlier in the year, and I mean, I'm really excited to see what this team will look like when you have him back next year, and you add in more players from the draft, and have another full off season. I think this team will be a very entertaining team to watch.
Sure.
And yeah, I'm surprised that they're 6-5. I mean, that goes to show, one, how good this team's played, and two, how good of a coach Shane Steichen's been for them so far this year, coming over from Philadelphia.
Is he gonna be a kind of dark horse coach of the year candidate?
It's entirely possible.
could be.
Let's say this team, does find a way to go like 9-8 and make the playoffs. I mean, I wouldn't rule it out completely. I remember when we did our midseason awards, I think I did have him as an honorable mention for coach of the year.
Did you?
So, yeah. So yeah, it's been like I said, been a really good year for the Colts. Todd Bowles, however, probably should be on the hot seat, because like defense is kind of your thing, and this Tampa
Defense is horrible.
Yeah, their defense has not really looked that good at all this year. So, it's kind of like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
I mean, the
sure.
offense is going to give you, it's going to give you what it's going to give you. But, the defensive side of the ball's got to improve.
For sure, I could see that as the biggest thing for this team right now.
Yeah.
All right, this next game, man, I don't. Once again, we can talk about this one for a maximum of like 3.2 seconds.
Yeah.
The New York Giants beat the Patriots 10-7. Danny DeVito gets another dub under his belt.
Danny DeVito.
Another no interception game. And yeah, does this thing, whatever that is, the gabagool.
Meh.
Meh, 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 meh. And yeah, I don't know. I didn't even fucking watch any part of this game.
Oh yeah, no, I skipped over this one too. It shows you how good of a podcasters we are. Um,
Shows you
missing all these
how
games.
fucking ass this game was.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. You guys, I mean, I don't know if there's any diehard Patriots or Giants fans out there, but I promise you, the future will be a little bit better.
I mean, yeah, I think the big headline going into this game is that whoever loses is probably gonna end up with Drake May. So I mean, congrats on the wins, New York Giants. But New England, I guess, congrats on getting Drake May. So yeah,
Nah, they'll probably take like freaking the third string out of Northwestern or something.
yeah, they'll probably reach for an O lineman again. Shout out Cole Strange.
It's number 69.
Nice.
All right, let's move
Yeah,
on.
yeah, that's
Let's
all we
move
got for
on.
that
I
one.
don't even want to. I don't
Yeah.
even know. Oh, this one hurts, man, because we were wrong about this, and I thought for sure the Texans were gonna win. I guess I should have predicted that the Jaguars would kind of figure it out. Are the Jaguars 9-3 right now? I can't read that.
They're 8-3.
Oh dang. It's still pretty good though. Jaguars beat the Texans 24-21 in a very close game. C.J. Stroud still has a great game. 3 total touchdowns. Tank Dell gets in the rushing column. Travis Etienne does go down with an injury, but I think he's gonna be okay. Did he go down injury in this game? Pretty sure he did.
I think
Doesn't
so.
really
Yeah.
matter, but yeah. Another close game. This is obvious. I think these two teams obviously are going to be the two teams kind of duking it out for this division and then up in the coming years. Both very young, both great coaching.
I mean, yeah.
Um,
You think about all the young quarterbacks in the AFC South right now. It's going to be a really fun division to watch in the future.
Anthony Richardson and
Will
Will
Levis,
Levis.
yeah, C.J.
Yeah,
Stroud, Trevor
that's true.
Lawrence.
It would be like a new let's see what AFC South. And
Yeah,
you had like Matt Ryan and Drew Brees and Cam Newton
yeah,
and
yeah. Like what?
Tom
Jameis.
Brady for a little
Yeah.
bit, but Tom Brady wasn't there when Cam Newton was good. Dude, speaking of Cam Newton, did you see that video of he was, I don't know, that dude's like just freaking, like he used to be, I don't know, but there's a video of him on like a podcast and he's talking about the Super Bowl he lost and he was basically blaming it on like how when you're in the Super Bowl, it's the season's already been so long, so you're so tired and you're just ready to be done. That's why he didn't play that good. Did you see that?
I think I saw a little bit of that.
He said if we played Denver that year in week 10, we would have kicked their asses. But since we played him in the Super Bowl, that was not the Cam that was there in midway through the season because he was tired from the season being so long. Dude, shut the fuck up, please. Like I don't know why I've seen so many clips of him talking about how he's like supposed to come back to the league or something or wants to come back to the league.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
I don't know, man. You are super Cam. You are awesome, and you were really good at football. But
were.
now you're just kind of tainting your career a little bit. So just stop while you're ahead, please.
Yeah, I will say for this Jags game, really another good game for Trevor Lawrence and the offense kind of starting to put it together. And it's kind of the offense you've wanted to see all year from this Jaguars team. And yeah, it seems like they're kind of just figuring it out a little bit later into the season. So good on them for that, just in time. Playoffs are right around the corner. It's getting close. So yeah, and I think with this, they take a 2-game lead in the AFC South. So this is a really big win for Jacksonville.
Yeah, congrats to them for
Yeah.
sure. This next game, the Denver Broncos beat the Cleveland Browns 29-12, in a let's ride moment. And everyone's talking about how Dorian DTR goes down with an injury and PJ Walker has to come in. Okay, that really doesn't matter. I'd say they're both. I mean, DTR was kind of playing good in this game before he went down, but still, it's not that big of a drop off. But I think you did see Amari Cooper go back to the locker room in this game.
Yeah, I think
Man, it is rough for Cleveland.
Yeah, he left that game with a concussion.
Oh fuck, man.
So
I'm sorry, Browns fans. You guys could have had a fucking wild year this year, but it has been just
yeah,
brutal.
I mean, Yeah, it seemed like your starting quarterback was starting to kind of get back to that elite level play that we would see in Houston. Myles Garrett putting together an all time great. I don't want to say all time great, but a really good
Oh, I would
you know
say all time great.
defensive player of the year type
All time
season.
great.
Um, and it seemed like you were going to be a surefire for the playoffs, but
Even a Super Bowl contender.
yeah, I mean, but just these brutal injuries, and you lost Nick Chubb as well. It just seems like these injuries are just piling up for Cleveland.
R.I.P.
And
brother.
yeah, but I mean, moving on to the Broncos. Shout out to the job that Sean Payton has done just in this season. A lot of people saw the Broncos lose 70-20 earlier this year, and they kind of everybody just were like, well, same old Broncos from last year. They're not going to figure it out. But here we go. You got Russell Wilson doing enough to win this game. You see Cortland Sutton kind of having a career year. I know 3 receptions, 61 yards, not great, but I mean he's still having a fantastic year. And the defense, I mean, you kind of got rid of all those guys that really weren't playing as hard as you think they could, and you just got guys stepping up, and it's really shown that that's you just get the right regime in there, get the right players, and you'll fuck around and win 5 games in a row.
Excuse me. Yeah, man. Broncos country. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Um, I don't know what their next couple games are, but shit could get real. So just enjoy it now. Just enjoy it
Yeah, I mean their schedule it's could be worse. You got the Texans next week, Chargers,
now. That'll be a
Lions,
big statement game for both teams.
yeah, Patriots, and the Chargers again, the Raiders. Yeah, I mean I'm looking at that
They
schedule and
could they could very well make
yeah,
the playoffs.
yeah, I think yeah, you can win.
Maybe
Yeah,
even a wild card.
you can win 3, 4 more games in there, sneak in as a wild card team. That's entirely possible.
This reminds me of like that season they had Tim Tebow.
Yeah, when it was Tebow time.
Yeah, kind of gives me the same vibe.
Yeah,
All right. So this next game, the Rams beat the Cardinals 37-14. My goodness, we picked the Cardinals to freaking win this game like idiots, but I guess it was just wishful thinking. I don't know. I just didn't think the Rams looked that good, and I feel like the Cardinals were kind of playing better ever since. What the fuck just happened to my display? Ever since Kyler Murray came back, and no, does not look that way at all. Your thoughts, Cardinals?
I will say the Cardinals had a good opening drive. They had Kyler line up under center a lot. They relied on the run game a little bit, and then it just seems like for the rest of the game they went away from that. I don't know why. I don't know whose call that was. Probably the offensive coordinator, but I don't know why he would go away from something if it's working. So that was really interesting to see. Really weird. You saw Kyler Murray throw it 45 times, and you saw James Conner only have 6 carries all game. Not really what you want to see. And I mean, especially when you have, your wide receiver core of being Marquise Brown, Rondale Moore, and Greg Dortch. I mean, shout out Greg Dortch. But I mean, when you have Michael Wilson gone, that's a really, really, really short trio of wide receivers. It's looking like the Fellowship of the Ring out there.
Wait, Michael Carter is on the Cardinals now?
Yeah, they picked him up.
Oh, what the fuck?
I think about a week or two ago.
I did not know that.
So yeah, he's kind of been their running back too. I think it was his first game for
Holy
the
shit.
Cardinals. So
Well, I never knew he even left the Jets.
yeah, because whatever reason the Jets thought it'd be a good idea to bring in a Dalvin Cook, so they got rid of Michael Carter. But yeah, just a brutal game overall for the Cardinals. And for the Rams, I'll say that Kyron Williams was like basically the team's whole offense.
Yeah, because in a game that saw Matthew Stafford throw 4 tutties and them scored 37 points, Cooper Kupp and Puka did nothing.
Yeah. So I mean, shout out to Kyron Williams, had a fantastic game. But for the Cardinals, I'll just say that this team. I mean, if you end up with a number 2 overall pick, you have to take Marvin Harrison Jr. You need an X factor wide receiver, and it's going to be really interesting to see the roster overhaul that this team has for next season. Because I mean, it's like Marquise Brown, he's up for an extension. I really don't think the Cardinals are going to give it to him. Rondale Moore, I mean, at best, he's like a gadget guy. He's like,
Go gadget.
yeah, like on a good team, he's probably like a wide receiver 4 or 5, and he's just not that great. I love Trey McBride. I even like Greg Dortch. I think he's honestly a solid wide receiver. I don't know why it took them so long for him to actually see action on the playing field. Because I think he's a better wide receiver than Rondale Moore. But for some reason they just wanted to go with Moore, and I don't think that was the right
In
decision.
this case, more is less.
Good one.
Thanks, man. But no disrespect to the man.
Yeah.
For sure. You're definitely. I hope you guys know whenever we roast football players on this podcast, we still know that they're like 69 times better than us at any sport we ever touch. So
I don't know. We're pretty nice at bowling. I think.
you are. I fucking suck.
Yeah. I mean, like if it was me and Rondale Moore in a game of bowling, I don't know. I think it'd be close. I don't know if he's
Do you hear that,
professional
Rondo?
Hey,
Are you
Rondale
listening?
Moore. If you're ever trying to bowl,
Let's
I'm down,
let's
man.
schedule this. Let's schedule
Yeah,
this. See who's better.
I'd love to.
Yeah. So all right, this next game, the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Las Vegas Raiders 31-17. I saw the Raiders go up 14-0 early. I got a little excited, and then in casual Raiders fashion, they get scored 31-3. And yeah,
Yeah, I mean, from the looks of this game, it seems like Rashee Rice had a really good game for the Chiefs. And yeah, he saw 0 points in the first quarter. That made it like three total quarters that the 3 consecutive quarters that the Chiefs didn't score a single point. If you go back to last week's game, so that was a bit of concern, but it seems like they kind of put it together for the rest of this game, and they did enough to get the win here.
yeah, a lot of these young players for Kansas City, those stepping up. Pacheco gets 2 tutties, and Rashee Rice looks like the wide receiver 1 for sure in this offense right now.
Yeah, I love Pacheco. Honestly, it's really fun watching him run the ball and run like every run is gonna be like the last run of his career. Dude's just running through invisible brick walls out there. But yeah,
Bro's him.
yeah, and for the Raiders,
He runs like he's him.
I mean, he might be him, But for the Raiders, Josh Jacobs, good game for him, and Aiden O'Connell, pretty solid little game for him over here. I mean,
Oh,
it seems
cheeky
like
little
yeah,
stat line.
yeah. I mean, based on the expectations he had coming into the season, he's played pretty well. Just making a lot of good decisions and just kind of being a quarterback. And I mean,
He is a quarterback.
Yeah.
I can confirm.
he is one of the quarterbacks in Raiders history, and I think he's doing a better job than Jimmy G would.
AOC baby.
Yeah,
He's,
it was
he's
smart.
winning my vote,
Yeah, I mean, it was a smart decision to
unlike the actual AOC.
okay.
Let's not get political over here.
Yeah.
Chill, Cole. Chill.
Oh, my bad.
All right.
But yeah, yeah, no, I like the decision that they made to start Aiden O'Connell and kind of see what he has instead of riding with Jimmy G, because clearly he's not that guy. I think anybody could have told you that, but for whatever reason, decided to give him like $75 million. Why?
Why not, bro?
Yeah, because I don't know. Maybe you should want to win games, but I digress. That's all I've got for that game.
Hey, I want to move on to this next game.
This right here, this was game of the year.
The Philadelphia Eagles defeat the Buffalo Bills 37-34. Wow, what a close game. It was just beautiful for any fantasy managers who had people in this game at this point. And especially anyone who had these two quarterbacks, two of the best quarterbacks in fantasy going up and destroying the game. Another typical Jalen Hurts game where you only see him throw 200 yards, but then he has like 5 total touchdowns. Big thriller. But let's get right to the nitty gritty with this one.
Yeah, right to the meat and potatoes of this one.
Thoughts on the missed horse collar / intentional grounding call?
That was
Brutal.
It was brutal.
Brutal. Here's my opinion. The Eagles should never lose in their Kelly Green uniforms.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why. And if so, I understand.
The officiating did make sure of that.
Yep.
And
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you saw this game go to overtime, and the Bills with Josh Allen in overtime haven't won a game.
Nope.
So You kind of see the writing on the wall
Well,
there.
ever since Josh Allen's been in the league,
I think so.
or is I think it's since they changed the OT rules for him.
Well, the
He
thing
hasn't
is,
won a single one.
well, you got to remember those OT rules are only in effect in the playoffs. So the OT rules in the regular season still the same. First score touchdown wins, but they're different
That's
for the
stupid.
postseason, and they're not even that different. It's kind of lame when you look at it. But yeah, this this was just a really good, you know, offensive masterclass from both sides. And if you're a fantasy manager who benched Gabe Davis,
Like me.
yep,
Fuck my
um,
life, dude.
yeah,
Every single fucking week it's this. I start him and he puts up 0 fucking points. And then
yeah, you and a whole lot of other people.
I
So
know you guys are going through it. Where's my
yeah,
Gabe Davis managers at?
yep, that's why I try to stay as far away as I can from him. But hey, if y'all want to take that risk, go right ahead.
R.I.P. brother.
Yeah,
R.I.P. All right, let's yeah, what a thriller though. Let us know what you guys thought of that horse collar.
yeah,
Um I think there's a football game going on outside. That's why it's so loud.
word.
But I don't know. I just hate when games get decided by officiating. It's so fucking frustrating.
Yeah, it really is.
Especially amazing games like this. But you know what? You know what? The Eagles lost a Super Bowl because of it. So let them have this one, all right, you fucks. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, there you go. And we're getting to the Sunday night football here. You saw the Ravens beat the
Yeah,
Chargers
yeah, yeah, yeah.
2010.
So Sunday night football. So Sunday night, I was watching this game on my phone because I was out of work. But I'm never gonna miss a fucking Ravens game, so I watched it on my phone, right? And someone in our friends group chat said that the Ravens were um fraudulent, and I don't remember who it was, to be honest. But I won't name drop anybody. But
It was me. He was talking about me because,
you're lucky it's your birthday, right
well, I
now.
mean, I was a little pestered because just for fantasy reasons. I wanted to see
For
Lamar
sure,
Jackson, do that
I
thing where he
understand,
drops 40 fantasy points, but only 177 passing yards against Brandon Staley. What are we doing?
dude. He's a defensive-minded coach, bro.
Oh
That's
yeah.
why.
Oh my bad. I forgot. He is a defensive guru.
He's a defensive guru. That's why he
Yeah.
came to LA. That's what he does, man.
Yeah,
So I
guru on these
really can't
fucking nuts, dude. God damn.
really can't say much more about that. But Keaton Mitchell continues to freaking rack up yards. I don't know why the guy doesn't get more carries. He did have the most carries out of any running back on this team, though. And the Chargers. So here's the funny thing. All right, here's the funny thing about this game. I'm watching this game at home. Right, the Chargers get the ball back. They look like they probably are about to take the lead or at least tie it because they have plenty of time. They have 3 timeouts, over 2 minutes to go, and Ravens are holding a 3-point lead.
Yeah.
I remember thinking in my head, here we go. Here's another game where the Ravens fucking break my heart and find a way to lose this game. A game that is very winnable, right? You want to know what I remembered after that?
What was that?
We're playing the Chargers. The Chargers do that more often. Probably the only team that does that more often than us. And I was right, bro. I was right to feel great about that because right after that, they don't convert on a fourth down and then they give up a touchdown to seal the game and just lose this in every way possible. Thank you, Chargers. Thank you so much for choking even harder than the Ravens do.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. My final thoughts for this game. Shout out to Patrick Queen. I think he had a really good game for the defense for the Ravens. And yeah, that's really all I've got for this game.
I will say that it was kind of concerning seeing how like slow the Ravens offense looked against this team. I will agree with that,
The
but
offense.
our
Yeah.
defense just continues to friggin'
Yeah.
save our asses, and I thank you for that. I thank you for that. They did have a nice little cheeky lateral play in this game, though. The Chargers. I
Yeah,
saw
they
that.
did. But
Then fumbled.
fortunately, yeah, it did not result in the win. So
But
yeah,
heck yeah, dude.
yeah.
Fucking
Chargers fire Brandon Staley.
yeah.
And
This might be his.
yeah. I don't know. I don't remember who they played next week, but please be the Chargers, so you can give me a reason to be happy with Brandon Staley being fired. But yeah, let's move on to Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football, baby. Don't even want to fucking look at this game. You know why?
Because it was hard to watch.
Well, that too. Very, very, very difficult to watch. But I will give you a quick little story time. Last night I'm at work, and I'm checking my fantasy team, right? Checking my fantasy team. I have Hawkinson, and my opponent has DJ Moore. I have a 4 point lead. Hawkinson scores a touchdown in the fourth quarter. I'm like, perfect. I had like a 90 something percent chance to win. Let's go, right? I checked my phone after the game. I fucking lost. DJ Moore, I didn't watch this game. I had no interest in watching this game, but he must have had like 5 catches on that last drive. I don't know.
He did have like a big 30-yard catch to basically put the Bears in
But
field
he
goal
had to have had a
range.
catch before that because I had a 6 point lead before that drive.
Yeah,
It's probably that catch right there. Fuck you, DJ
yeah,
Moore,
it
bro. I
was.
was so pissed, dude. I was like, it just ruined my night. And this is one of those weeks of fantasy where you enjoy it, and this is just one of those weeks where you just want to kill yourself, and everyone goes through it. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, the Bears get the win here in the last second field goal. For the last 2 weeks, the Vikings have only allowed one touchdown against the two teams that they played.
dude, Brian
Surely,
Flores.
surely they would have won both of those games, right? Wrong. Um, because this offense has not been very good. You see, because Josh Dobbs,
He threw 4 interceptions.
yes, he did.
He threw 4 interceptions.
Yes, he did.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. First 2 weeks with this system, Josh Dobbs looked really good. Ever since, kind of fallen off. Where have I seen that before? Oh, that's right. Earlier this season with Arizona. Because it seems like they kind of opened the playbook a lot more for Josh Dobbs, and it seems like once they do that, they just does not go well for the guy. I don't know what happens, but it's not very good. So yeah, I really don't understand how that even works, but
I don't either, man.
whatever.
That's honestly crazy.
Yeah, really bad game.
I did not know he had that bad of a game. I honestly didn't pay attention to really the stat lines except for Hawkinson and DJ Moore. But I just want to say, Hawkinson, I'm not disappointed in you. You're my little pookie wookie bear. Okay, you got me 16 points. You did what you could, especially in a game that had one fucking touchdown from both teams.
Yeah.
So, but damn, bro, that freaking hurts. All right, enough about this game.
Yeah.
Enough about that's week 12. Honestly, eh.
Yeah, very meh week.
You had that freaking awesome matchup between the Bills and Eagles, and other than that, it was, except for the Texans and Jags, probably
Yeah, very disappointing Thanksgiving week.
very, especially on Thanksgiving. Those games were horrible.
Yeah, but let's roll into our
Let's do our. I'll roll through my awards real quick, or unless you want to go first.
let's just rapid fire through these. You can go first.
All right, my favorite moment of the week: Zay Flowers' ice cold game sealing rushing touchdown. Oh, I forgot to bring this up real quick about that Chargers Ravens game. Gerald Everett, do not ever do the Ray Lewis dance. Do not ever do the Ray Lewis dance ever again.
It's a pretty sick dance, though. To be fair.
Don't ever do that dance again. Okay. So, anyways, this is what happens when you do the dance. You lose the game. Zay Flowers scores the game-stealing rushing touchdown. That was my favorite moment of the week. I was flipping out. I was walking out of work at that moment, and yeah, man, it made me really excited, especially really, really excited, especially going to the bye week with that win. Anyways, player of the week, I went with Bijan Robinson. Finally getting to see that big breakout game. Love to see it. And my defense player of the week, I said Rashawn Gary from the Packers. 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. Great game. But I also wanted to give a big shout out to Deron Bland, who was my defense player of the week last week because I said he tied for the most amount of pick sixes in a season. And this week, he broke that record.
He's got it.
That's awesome. Great job. Rising team of the week, I am going with the San Francisco 49ers. I think they might have been mine last week, but they're going to stay on it when they play this well. This team just looks unstoppable again right now. Probably because Debo Samuel is actually playing, and when they play, they apparently turn into a completely different football game or football team. And then my falling team, Cleveland Browns. Obvious reasons. You lose to the Broncos, which I guess is a good team, but you're just freaking injuries are everywhere on your team, and it just does not look good. They look good as a team, especially as a defense, but it's hard when your offense cannot stay healthy. What was that?
The timer.
Oh, scared me.
Yeah, my fault. I kind of forgot about that.
No, you're good, you're good, you're good. So yeah, that was mine. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, yeah. So moment of the week, I had the Greg Dortch one-handed touchdown
Nice.
in garbage time for the Cardinals.
Garbage time.
Like I said, shout out Greg Dortch. Should be like the wide receiver 3 on this team next year. In all honesty, he's awesome. He also has his own podcast.
Oh.
Yeah. So I guess he's one of us. I guess that's one of the only things that us and Greg Dortch have in common.
For sure, for sure.
He's kind of a really good football player as well. But yeah, offensive player of the week. I went with Kyron Williams. Like I said, kind of was the entire Rams offense against the Cardinals, and just looked like, I don't even know, like Barry Sanders out there. So yeah, but I mean that's pretty easy to do against the Cardinals. But I digress. For the defensive player of the week, I went with Jesse Bates. You saw him take a pick 6 to the house, because a pick 6. Got to take it to the house, duh.
Nice.
So, yeah, and that pick 6 was the basically decided the game for the Falcons. So, I mean, they quietly don't win without him. And, I mean, he's kind of proven to be one of the best safeties in the NFL, like we all thought. And then for my rising team, I have 2, the Rams and the Falcons. The Rams are kind of just piling on these wins. They could maybe get a 6 seed. And the Falcons, like I said, you use your best players, you might fuck around and win the division. So good on them. Falling teams, I've got the Seahawks. Got to win some games. Got to get it together fast. And also the Jets, because I mean, look who you got a quarterback, man. That's it. But
hey man, I told you they have Trevor Seaman.
Yeah, I mean, you
Just
could give him a go,
there.
but I don't think it's really gonna make a difference. I mean, the defense is really good, but the offense is by far the worst
Ass
in the
cheeks.
NFL. Yeah. But yeah, those are my weekly awards. Let us know in the comments,
Who your guys' are.
what's your moment of the week? Who's your offensive, defensive players of the week? What teams are going up and going down in your hypothetical power rankings? Let us know all that good stuff down in the comments below.
All right, let's move on to pick'ems. We'll just kind of rapid fire through these two.
Yeah.
Wrap up this episode. Seahawks and Cowboys. Are we both gonna go Cowboys?
Yeah, let's go Cowboys
We'll go
here.
Cowboys.
Yeah, we don't have Jeremiah's pick'ems for this week, unfortunately.
So we'll just kind of come to an agreement.
Yeah.
Colts or Titans.
Let's go Titans here. Actually, no, never mind. I lied. Give me the Colts.
We'll go Colts. They're riding hot right now.
Yeah.
I see them going to 7-5. That'd be awesome. Chargers and Patriots. Are you thinking this is going to be the Brandon Staley game?
It could be.
But I think I don't.
The Chargers have to be good enough to be the Patriots. I'll go with the Chargers.
Same. Lions versus Saints.
This could be a trap game for the Lions, just because the goofballs looked pretty turnover
Goofy.
prone. Yeah, he has looked very goofy with all these turnovers in the last 2 weeks, but I'm still gonna put trust.
I think
in,
they're going to bounce back.
Yeah, I'll put some trust in Jared Goff here.
For sure. Give us the Lions.
Yeah.
Falcons or the Jets?
Ooh, give me the Falcons.
Falcons or the Jets? I'm going to take the Falcons as well. They looked really good last week. Cardinals or the Steelers?
Super Bowl 43 rematch.
A lot of Super Bowl rematches this year. What the fuck?
Yep. Unfortunately, it's gonna be a repeat of what happened in Super Bowl 43. So give me the
Going
Steelers.
with the Steelers.
Yep, in Pittsburgh.
Dolphins versus Commanders.
Give me the Fins.
Same. Broncos versus Texans. This one,
I think we might be split here.
I think we might be split on this
Because
one.
I really don't know who to go with. The Broncos defense has looked pretty good ever since giving up 70 points.
I'm going to go with Houston.
Ooh. I kind of want to go with the Broncos just because, I mean, they won 5 in a row. But,
We'll come back to that one.
Yeah.
We'll do a wheel or something.
Yeah.
All right, the Panthers versus the Buccaneers.
Give me the Bucks.
100%. Browns versus the Rams. Ooh.
Ooh. Who are you going with?
I'm going to go with the Rams. They look hot right now.
Yeah, they do. I'll go with the Rams.
And it's at home. And then the 49ers versus the Eagles. Wow.
Little NFC Championship preview
Wow.
here at the
This
link.
better be the Sunday night game.
It is not.
Are they fucking stupid?
it's the afternoon
Are
game.
they fucking stupid? Why are we watching the Chiefs and Packers on Sunday?
Hey, that's a Super Bowl 1 rematch right there. Put some respect on Jordan Love's name.
My
But
fault, bro.
anyways, give me the Niners. They've looked like the best team in the NFL so far this year, despite the record.
This is gonna be an awesome
So
game, though. Holy
yeah,
shit. Chiefs versus the Packers,
kind of like I said, I like how Jordan Love's played last month. But give me the Chiefs.
and then Bengals versus the Jaguars.
God,
Jags.
this would be such a good game if Joe Burrow was healthy.
I
But give me
know,
the
dude.
Jags.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
All right, let me pull up a cheeky little wheel.
You just flip a coin here.
Do you have a coin on you?
No, you can do like the Google thing though. You just flip a coin.
Okay, I'll
So-
go heads.
Okay, I'll go tails then. It's gonna be heads.
Texans.
So lock in the Texans.
Texans country. Let's ride.
Yeah. Yeehaw.
And if you guys lose, you're dead to me.
Yeah. Then I just look like a
You're
genius.
dead
So
to me,
thanks,
son.
coin.
All right, guys. Those are our pick'ems. Let us know what you guys think. We're still cooking. We're 42-16. I'd say that's a pretty damn good record.
Yeah. Really
What are your
good this
guys'
thing.
records? Let us know. Let us know. Before we move on to football, I'm not gonna pull this up, but I'll just show you this. Did you see this guy? I sent this to our group chat.
Oh yeah, I think I did see that.
Dude, I honestly fuck with it.
Me too. Dude, he's really going crazy with that dance, man.
Imagine he got injured on that play. He almost did right there. All right. Let's move on to basketball.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really quick segment here.
What do you guys think we're gonna talk about? Let me just ask you guys this. What do you think we're gonna talk about?
What do you think, mate?
What do you think? I don't even know if that was Australian.
I don't know either. But yeah, you guys saw what happened with the whole Josh Giddey thing. We're not going to go into detail of what happened. If you want to find out what the
Just
situation
go on
is,
Twitter.
yeah, go on Twitter, look it up for yourself. The main thing I want to talk about is kind of how the NBA overall has handled the situation. I think it's really not a good look at all because
Why did it take him so fucking long to say they're looking into it? And are they still looking into it?
I don't know. Like it's kind of just like swept on the radar. It's like ESPN didn't talk about it for like another like 4 days after it happened, and it's just really weird because I mean you saw a similar thing like this happen in the MLB with shortstop Wander Franco for the Rays. And literally like within hours, his locker was cleared out, an investigation was started, and he was like put on like disciplinary leave, and like he was like basically like erased from the MLB. And it's like that's how you should handle a situation like that. Because it was basically like the same type of evidence that you're seeing with Josh Giddey here, yet for some reason the NBA is like, no, we're gonna let him play.
Is he playing?
He's playing. He played a game. He played. I think it was on Friday or whenever the Thunder's most recent game was.
Were there any? My question to you: were there any like 14, 13-year-olds in attendance that kind of elevated his game?
I mean,
Did he play well?
I don't think he had a very good game.
Okay, so there weren't any there.
Probably
no
not.
baddies for him out there, for sure.
Yeah, I mean it's been a disappointing year for Josh Giddey, anyways.
Dude, here's my biggest thing, bro. Here's my biggest fucking thing. You got everybody out here who's saying, okay, well, we don't really have a lot of proof, and he could have been lied to because apparently they met at a club, or I don't know the full story, but something about how she lied to him about his age. Even if this girl is over 18, as a professional athlete, a professional NBA player, why are you letting people take selfies with you shirtless saying they just fucked you? I don't care if she's 15 or whatever the age she was or not. Why are you letting people do that to you, bro?
I have no clue.
You're a fucking NBA player.
Yeah, this is.
You're not Jamal Murray, okay? And
Talk about Jamal Murray.
I didn't mean to freaking like throw shade at Jamal Murray, freaking make him catch some strays in this, but dude, it just even if it's like it's just still not a good look, even if that girl was like freaking 40 years old. I mean,
Oh my god,
brother, what are we doing?
Yeah, I don't really even know what to say about that whole situation.
But I really wish it was, dude. We literally filmed our episode last week, and then the next morning we played Turkey Bowl, and this came out, and I
Yeah.
was so pissed because this would have been hilarious to talk about as soon as it came out. But it's still pretty big right now, I would say.
I mean, yeah, the dude's still fucking playing.
He's still playing NBA.
So-
What are we doing, bro?
Yeah, like I don't even get it.
But I guess Carl Malone did impregnate a 13-year-old girl and completely disown his child, and he's still a Hall of Famer. So, um, I guess NBA just doesn't really care.
Yeah, do better, NBA, because what the hell? What are we doing, dude?
Dude, imagine a freaking duo of Carl Malone, Josh Giddey, and who else did this shit?
I don't know. Sorry,
An
I don't, I
all
don't, I
an
don't
all
got like.
an all Predator team, bro.
Oh my god.
Is that did we let it all out?
I think we did. I think that's a good place to end it.
Okay. Yeah, guys. Let me know what you guys think about the whole sitch. But like we said, it was a quick episode. Still
Yeah.
kind of went over what we were planning on going over, but still a lot quicker. And I do apologize about that. But it is just a busy week for us. So
Yeah, we got a lot going on.
thank you so much for watching. Still, thank you so much for listening. Please share this podcast with your friends if you want. If
Yeah.
not, then don't bother. Okay.
And I mean, yeah,
Don't bother.
audio listeners, rate us 5 stars, 4 stars, tell us how we're doing.
I do have something for you. Hold on.
So,
Hold on.
So yeah, if you're an audio listener, if you're listening on the YouTube, give us a rate, give us a look tell us how we're doing, and that'd be much appreciated. And yeah, thank you. Just got
It's
handed a Modelo.
It's a
live on the
Modelo.
podcast.
All he needs is a Raiders hat, and you're all set, brother.
Some jorts. But yeah,
You
that's a
can
good way.
officially drink that. Now.
That's a good way. Yeah, it's gonna be my first ever beer. That's
For
crazy.
sure.
But yeah,
Little
appreciate y'all
pregame
listening.
before the concert.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I was gonna pick up a shooter before that, but I guess I don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you guys for listening, and
Love you.
yeah, see you next week.